Hey everyone, welcome to This Week in Rewards for March 9th through to the 15th, 2024, right here on Rewards Canada. This is your weekly dose of loyalty rewards, travel, and credit card happenings in Canada. I hope you've all had a great week, and as always, before we get the ball rolling, be sure to hit that like button if you like today's content. Subscribe to our channel if you don't do so yet, and hit that notification bell so you're notified when we do post new videos. As always, we'll start off with credit cards. And this week, big news that just happened today. Breaking news. Today is Friday, March 15th. I'm recording this, and Brim Financial is devaluing their Mastercards. Yes, these cards that came in a few years ago, they're relatively newcomer to the market. Brim Financial tried disrupting with high earn rates like 2% on the World Elite Mastercard, no foreign transaction fees, bunch of benefits and everything. I mean, the good thing is all the benefits remain there, but this devaluation sees both the no annual fee Brim Mastercard and the fee-based Brim World Elite Mastercard have their earn rates cut in half. So that means the 2% on the Brim World Elite Mastercard for up to $25,000 spending annually has been cut to 1%. It's just a 1% flat card now on all spending. And the no fee card has its earn rate cut to 0.5%. It earns 1 point for every $2 spent, which is 0.5%, and the World Elite is 1 point per dollar, which is a 1% return. So earn rates are cut in half. But more importantly, what a lot of people got the Brim cards for was no foreign transaction fees, and they have added a foreign transaction fee to the cards, 1.5% to both cards. So that's still lower than most cards at 2.5%. But in general, again, another hit. So you're earning less in points, and you're paying more on those foreign transactions. This is just a big hit to these cards. It's going to change a lot of the features, even on Rewards Canada's site, like the ultimate no foreign transaction fee credit card portfolio. Like, we just updated a lot of these features because the HSBC World Elite Mastercard was lost, and the Brim World Elite replaced it in many occasions. So now we have to replace the Brim World Elite Mastercard. But as far as I know, I don't know if there's any I don't think there are any no-effects fee Mastercards left now, other than some prepaid options. So this is going to be a lot of work. This is just developing news. Like, this literally happened about 4 or 5 hours ago before recording this. So I haven't had a full option to really go over everything. News is still trickling out. Some people are saying cards will not be grandfathered. Some people are saying the changes are going in right away. Some are saying changes are not going in right away. So be sure to stay tuned. I'll put a link below to the blog post, which has an update section. So just kind of like our whole HSBC RBC transition, where the blog post has been continually updated, I will continually update the post of this Brim devaluation. Just really unfortunate. These cards were decent. Were quite good. I mean, the Brim World Elite we ranked as the #1 card to use at Costco because of that 2%, and that's no longer going to be the case. I think that's now going to be, it's going to be a toss-up between a lot of the 1.5% cards. Probably the Rogers World Elite will be ranked #1 there, but it'll depend on your spending habits and what else you want on your credit cards, because there's quite a few 1.5% Mastercards out there. So like, this reminds me, this is kind of endemic of these fintechs. It reminds me of Neo, of Coho, of Stack. They all give at the start. This is when they have lots of funding from their venture capitalist buddies and firms that have invested money in them. But once that money starts running out, they realize they need to start turning a profit, and we see the cards and their product offerings be devalued, and that seems to be the case here with Brim. Of course, I'm just speculating here, but there's other cards in the market that offer 1% and 2% and no foreign transaction fees that have not been devalued. So that's what leads me to believe that it hasn't been a profitable product. Their products have not been profitable for them, and now they need to make them profitable. So that's the Brim devaluation. Keep following our blog post for the latest updates. If you guys receive notice, because I'm not a Brim card holder, so if you guys happen to receive notice from Brim, let me know. Shoot it in the comments below, or send me an email, info@rewardscanada.ca, with what they're telling you as to when the changes take place, because as of right now, there's been no notice sent out to Brim cardholders. And I have to give a shout out to Jeff Wozni on Twitter, who alerted me. He's written a few pieces before for Rewards Canada, and he's the one who saw it this morning, saying that they've changed the cards. So thank you to Jeff. Continuing on with credit cards, Air Canada, TD, and Visa are testing a new pay with points option for Aeroplan points. So what this allows is cardholders can register their cards, and then when they make purchases in select categories, which I believe, are grocery, dining, drugstores, and entertainment categories, you'll receive a text saying you could redeem your points towards that charge. So it's a cashback option. So it's giving you a cashback option for your Aeroplan points. It's a pilot project. They're testing it out till mid-August, and if it does well, I'm assuming it will become a permanent feature. So this is just an evolution of loyalty programs. Loyalty programs are always looking at ways that they can provide consumers with more ways to use their points, to hold on to their cards. I think this is just another move by them. It kind of reminds me of Aeroplan moving back into a coalition program model, that they're wanting to, just give you more and more options. The difference with Aeroplan 1.0, the old coalition model, was it was owned by Avion, not Air Canada, so they actually had to buy flights from Air Canada, whereas now the new Aeroplan 2.0 is owned by Air Canada, so there's a lot more flexibility. So their growth into a coalition program is kind of different than the old coalition program, where they were kind of subject to buying stuff from Air Canada. Everything's in-house now, so it's a little easier to work as. And we see them partnering with Journey Rewards, Starbucks. You have all these different options, and now they're testing this redemption option. We don't know the value of the points towards these cashback options. They say you can redeem for qualifying purchases of $25 to $250 in those categories, the ones I mentioned before: grocery, dining, drugstore, and entertainment purchases. And it's only for TD Aeroplan card holders. You do have to register your card first, and then you can start trying this out. So if some of you have done this, do please let me know as well what the redemption rate is, because I have not seen it yet. Just for those who like calculations, we value Aeroplan points at a minimum of 1.5 cents. I know some other sites value them higher. Your valuation may be totally different. Some people will get lower value, some will get higher when redeeming for travel. It really all depends on what you redeem, or what type of travel you redeem for, or what other products you're redeeming for via Aeroplan. But I mean, if this is a redemption that makes you happy, saves you cash, then something to definitely try out. Be curious to see if they keep going with it. It's not really a new concept. It reminds me of a company called Points Pay, which is run by Loyalogic, a loyalty company out of Switzerland. They've had an option for quite a few years, namely with Etihad Guest, where you could use your miles earned in your Etihad Guest program to pay for purchases right on spot, I believe, right when you're at the place of purchase. I don't know too many details of it, but I believe that's how it works. But because it's not a Canadian thing, but this is what kind of reminds me of this TD Aeroplan and Visa initiative. Reminds me kind of that you're going to be able to use your points for purchases, and it's kind of Aeroplan's trying to remain competitive against the big credit card programs, because they have their pay with points options. The Aeroplan's kind of branching out into all these little different areas. Like I said, becoming more of a coalition type program, but even a credit card program with a variety of options. So definitely something to check out. I'll be curious to see come later this year if this will be an option that they will continue with. The last thing in credit card news this week are changes coming to the ATB, or Alberta Treasury Branch or ATB Financial, Alberta Treasury Branch World Elite Mastercard and Gold My Rewards Travel Mastercards. So this news actually came out about a month ago. Been meaning to write about it. Took my time with it. At first, there was a lot of excitement around it, because the new earn rates on the World Elite Mastercard are 8 points per dollar on eligible travel purchases, 6 points on essentials like groceries, gas, digital streaming services, subscriptions, and entertainment, and then 2 points per dollar on all other purchases. And in the old program, the current ATB program, My Rewards program, it's 100 points to 1, which would make those 2%, 6%, and 8% redemption rates. But we figured that wasn't the case, and sure enough, one user on Red Flag Deals did go out and call them and found out from ATB that the new redemption rates could be 200 to 1. So they're increasing the earn rates, but also increasing the amount of points you need to redeem for the same value. So the card ends up being a 1%, 3%, and 4% return card, which is decent. I mean, it's a decent card. So you have increased or better earn rates in those essential categories in travel, and a decreased base earn rate. We've seen this time and time again with a lot of cards where they do this. When they used to have just one flat earn rate, they give you a mix of earn rates where some are more and some are less, and that's what ATB is doing here. The Gold My Rewards card will have 3 points per dollar in those essential categories, which is a 1.5% return, and then it's going to earn 1.5 points in all other spending, which is a 0.75% return. So it's okay. I mean, it's a no fee card. What else in the changes? Oh yeah, the ATB World Elite Mastercard will also now receive 4 annual lounge passes as part of their Mastercard Travel Pass airport program, airport lounge access program. Currently, the card has had 2, so it's going to get 4. Insurance-wise, both cards will get mobile device insurance, and the World Elite will also get ticket protector insurance. I'll put a link below so you can check that out, learn more about those ATB cards. I even talk in my post. I'm not going to go into huge detail here, but again, this comes down to marketing. I think they're kind of looking at going after the unsuspecting people. 6 points looks better than 5 and 4 when it's not better than 5 and 4 on some other cards. So just take that word of caution, heed that caution if you're thinking of these cards as to what the earn rates are. I mean, travel-wise, the 8 points, which is a 4% return, becomes one of the highest, if not the highest in Canada, outside of cards where you can convert to like Aeroplan, British Airways, Air France, those type of things. So for any travel at any time, this card will be one of the best. The one thing about ATB cards, they're only available to residents of Alberta. So if you're watching from the rest of Canada, unless you have an Alberta residence, these cards will not be available to you. Quickly, one note on credit cards. I'm just going to say also this week, speaking of anytime, any travel rewards, had a big feature on the website as to which credit cards do those rewards the best. We rank credit cards for their anytime, any travel rewards. I'm not going to go into detail here. I'll put the link below, but because I'm going to do a whole different podcast and video strictly on that. So, but if you want to know right now as to which credit cards do any travel, anytime rewards the best, check out the link below in the description. And that's it for credit card news this week. Next, we'll go to travel and loyalty. And just like last week, the first one is kind of credit card related. We see the return of a 15% bonus when you transfer RBC Avion Reward Points to WestJet Rewards dollars. This is available to all Avion cardholders, both consumer and business cards, as well as Ion cardholders, Ion and Ion Plus. It runs until April 28th. The standard conversion rate is 100 Avion Reward Points to 1 WestJet dollar. So that means you're going to get 1.15 WestJet dollars for every 100 points. You have to have a minimum redemption of 1,000 points to do a transfer. Now, if you're an RBC Ion Plus card holder, that card earns 3 points per dollar on like grocery, dining, food delivery, rides, gas, EV charging, streaming, digital gaming, subscriptions, those. So that's the highest possible earn rate at that 3 points per dollar for WestJet dollars in Canada. It's better than the WestJet Mastercard. So if you convert during this bonus, you're getting the equivalent of 3.45 WestJet cents per dollar spent, or a 3.45% return. That's more than double what the WestJet RBC Mastercard gives you in those categories. So something to consider if you have the Ion Plus card is that it is a really good WestJet dollars earner, and when this bonus comes along, it's just icing on the cake. So this is a great little transfer bonus if you're someone, even if you've just jumped on the 55,000 point bonus on the Avion cards. You should have 35,000 of that already in your account. If not, I'll put the link below. You can apply for those cards. Thank you to anyone who does apply through us, because that 35,000 awarded on approval, you can convert that to WestJet and get a 15% bonus on it. So you're going to get $350 plus 15%. I don't have my calculator in front of me, so I won't do the math now, but I'll put it in a description below as well. Continue on loyalty and travel news. A few months ago, we let you know that More Rewards Travel shut down as they were changing providers. The new More Rewards Travel portal has launched now officially on March 14th, and they're celebrating with a chance to win 1 million points. So this new travel booking portal is run by Expedia. That's something we had guessed, because when they had shut down 3 months ago, they were allowing equal value redemption of points for Expedia gift cards. So we figured, okay, they must be moving to Expedia if that's their partnership and giving the same travel redemption value for those gift cards. So like I said, to celebrate the launch of the new travel rewards portal, they're giving away 1 million points, which is worth just over $4,200, I believe, towards travel. To enter, you need to scan your More Rewards card at one of their grocery stores like Save-On, Urban Fare, those places. They're only in Western Canada. You have till March 27th to scan your card there on a purchase, and you'll be entered. In terms of the new travel portal, you can earn more rewards points there. You spend $1, you get 1 point per dollar. Now that's eligible spend, so that's before taxes and fees. Just like pretty much any other portal, you won't be rewarded for the taxes and fees portion. And then the redemption rate remains the same as the old portal as well. 1 point equals roughly 0.42 cents each. and they allow partial points and cash redemptions. I go into huge detail in the blog post. Read the description below. You can click the link there and see more details. But it's really, it's a good little option. I mean, travel rewards are the best value in the More Rewards program. It's better than any other portion of the program in terms of gift cards or redeeming for groceries, those type of things. And the fact that they do allow partial point redemptions, I mean, the website said as little as 1 point. So it's good to use towards travel. Now, there are a few things you want to be aware of. Flights are perfectly fine to book through them. They seem to match pricing as everywhere else. But hotels, you want to shop around. Also with hotels, you have to know that because it's a third-party agency, just like any other third-party agency, you won't earn points in the hotel loyalty program, you won't get your elite status earning, and you won't receive your elite status benefits on your stay. I mean, some people, luckily, I mean, that's a your mileage may vary type thing. Some people do seem to get their status benefits at some hotels. It really depends. So be aware of that. And also because it's run by Expedia, and I think I've mentioned this in previous videos on other programs like this, because it's run by Expedia, they're a US-based company, so you cannot book travel to Cuba. And Cuba is very popular for Canadians, all-inclusive to Varadero and stuff like that. So you will not be able to book those through the new More Rewards travel portal. And that's everything for this week. It was quite a bit. There's even more. Like I said, as I would now say in every video, be sure to check the website on a daily basis if you can. This week we had a one-day offer from TAP Air Portugal where they were giving 79% bonus miles on bookings on just that one day. So that's something we don't cover in the video, don't cover in our newsletter because it's a one-day option. So there's a lot of these limited time things. So be sure to follow us on our social media, on Twitter, on Facebook. Join our Facebook group. Everything's posted there as well. Lots of options as to where you can find this information. Of course, we do summarize everything in the newsletter at the end of the week, but for those time-sensitive things, you will not find out in time for those. Thank you all for tuning in this week. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys next week.